Hey everyone, welcome back to the Corvids and Coffee podcast. My name's Liz, and today's episode is going to be a solo one, and it might be a little bit on the shorter side, but I will be coming back with more full length episodes starting next month. So I just wanted to get this one as kind of like a life update. And I hope everyone's week is going well and that, it's almost Friday. We're going to get halfway through the week by tomorrow. So here's to hoping that it goes by fast and that everyone enjoys the weather. I was definitely on the colder side this morning, waking up to having to defrost my car at 5:20 a.m. with my sister Tori because I just started going to the gym this year as of recently, and Tori has a gym membership, so I've been going with her as her guest, and it's been great. I've except minus the getting up at 5 a.m. does suck a little bit, but it has held me accountable for going to bed more early now. I try and go to bed by at least 10, but now it's kind of been more like 10:20, 10:30. It's not a perfect schedule yet, but I'm hoping I can, edit it to be a little bit more, on time or be in bed at least 15 minutes early and read to kind of unwind, which is a work in progress. Everything is. Just been getting a lot more goals done this time around, and it's been a lot busier, but in a good way. So good kind of busy. I have gotten to see some friends lately that I hadn't seen in a bit and get to catch up over some coffee and just kind of hang out. So that's been a really fun time. It's been really good. I also started this new app that my friend Paige had recommended, which is a really good app. It's called Finch, and it's almost like Tori actually described it as perfectly when I had recommended it to her and referred her. She described it as Duolingo for self-care. So that's actually pretty much what it is because you get a little bird or a little burp and a little micro pet from the referral. I got one from Paige because she sent me one, and that one was a actually I'm trying to remember what mine was. Mine's Mochi, and he is a very cute. Well, Mochi's the name of I guess my bird, which is a kind of looks like a penguin, almost like a purple penguin, and he has a little guy named Talon who is a griffin. Because I remember when we were talking lately, when we were talking recently on video call, she was telling me about it, and actually this was before we recorded our Andre the Giant episode, and she was telling me about this app, and it's kind of nice because it does give you like daily reminders of like goals you want to fulfill, even if they're small goals like drinking water or getting up in the morning or stretching, going for a 5-minute walk. And I thought it's like I'll give it a try. And I've actually stuck with it for like 8 days now. And today being the eighth day, it's definitely increased my motivation a lot more. So if you're willing to check it out, definitely go and check it out, download it. You can get a 7-day free trial for the plus version of it or whatever the upgraded version is. But you can also do it for free. So I've just been on the free one since my trial ended. And I got some really cool stuff. You can collect gems from doing your goals and sending, vibes to your friends, like gratitude or hugs or, just kind of positive messages to them through the app. And you can have like a whole tree full of burp friends, which is really nice. So it's really cute to kind of wake up in the morning and like see the little burps, the little bird greet me. And my little burp is Mochi, and Mochi is awesome. And it just kind of just keeps me in check of my goals and just daily tasks. So it's kind of a more fun way to do it without it being a hassle. Um, Obviously, I use my phone a little bit more because of this, but I kind of think it's like a good one. Also to start with, yeah, so I've gotten that one. Also to start with the getting back into the gym, I haven't been to the gym in at least, man, I think like at least 2 or 3 years. It's probably been more like two. So I tried doing it kind of by myself, and it didn't really work out as well. I think I also lacked a lot of motivation and also just like the time of my life. I think I was definitely very unmotivated. I was still losing weight, which was helping, but I wasn't as motivated to get my steps and my exercise in. So I thought it's like, well, what's a good way to exercise? And I even got a walking pad. So I'm just like, walking is my bigger thing. I try and do at least like one walk at work during break or like a short break and take like a walk 2 laps around the building. That usually helps me. And I'll usually like walk with my coworkers. So like we'll talk and walk, which definitely feels a little bit better. Like I'm not just like it kind of feels a little boring almost when I'm by myself. And I have to kind of find a way to pass the time. Even when I'm at home, if I'm walking on my walking pad, I put on YouTube on my TV and I, face my walk pad towards my TV and I'll watch Charlotte Dobre or I'll watch Carissa Hendricks, who, if you haven't seen her, she is a hilarious comedian and entertainer slash magician. And I will need to make a video on her soon because she is amazing. Actually, me and Paige really love her. it's just possible to get tickets for her show. So we're on the lookout for this year or even next year. It would be really awesome to go. And I mean, this is a long shot, but if I could get an interview with her, that would be amazing. She just seems so interesting. And I was watching a video on her, like, just her background for, being an entertainer and learning different voices, and especially the one she does for Lucy Darling, which is her main show. And she has like a transatlantic kind of accent, and she's got like the hair and makeup that kind of looks like reminiscent of that time, like the 90s. And it's just amazing. And she just seems so entertaining, so funny. I watch her videos daily, and I've actually been watching them more at the gym to kind of pass the time when I'm on the treadmill. So it's helped a lot. And I've just really been grateful to be able to get up early and to have the energy for once to do this and the motivation to do this, which has helped. So a lot of different changes. Even medicine has helped with my getting back on track with my life, helping me uh, get into a better state of health. So it's been a very good time. I was gonna say March has definitely been the month for me. Also, celebrate St. Patty's Day with my family and my boyfriend's family. So it was a really fun time overall. I've been able to kind of spend more time with my family recently, which is a goal of mine for this year to spend more time with them, especially with just a bunch of different events coming up, family related and trip related. So those will be really fun to kind of get to spend more time with people and slow down a little bit from the usual busy roll of life. So I'm really excited for that, and I will definitely make some more videos and some episodes regarding those, and hopefully get Ron and Tori on back on the podcast. I know their schedule's been really busy lately, and rightfully so. This year is jam packed with stuff, so it has been very very busy. I'm hoping that sometime we'll free up and we'll be able to hang out, maybe get coffee and go to some places. I will also be planning some interviews with other coffee places, so that'll be really good to get, you know, more getting to broaden our horizons and get more out there and get to talking more with coffee shops and seeing, what inspired them to open these businesses. Um, a few in particular, I still want to interview Blooming Hearts because that's one of my favorite. One of my favorite cafes. I used to go a lot when I worked near them, so I would always be like a 7-minute drive from them. So it's a little bit harder to go now, but I'm hoping I can go very soon, possibly this weekend if I can. So I just gotta carve out the time for it because they're always so welcoming over there, and they're just such amazing owners and of the coffee shop, and it's just like it's always been such a great community environment over there for the town they're in because they're in Milford. And it's just wonderful. It really brings things together. It's better than just kind of the usual copy and paste kinda corporate coffee shops. Not that there's anything bad with them. I do like Dunkin's and Starbucks like everyone else in New England and otherwise, and Mary Lou's, which is another really good one, which I will sometimes go to when I see Paige. We'll go and get one at a gas station, and it's always so good. The Girl Scout Thin Mint iced coffee is really good, so if you ever get a chance, please try it. It is a lot of sugar, but it's so worth it. So, yeah, definitely check that out. But yeah, it's been good. I feel like I'm also kind of word vomiting a lot. So if you want to skip this episode, I totally understand. I definitely have the tendency to go off script or not off script necessarily, kind of go into spirals of conversation. I have what I call the gift of the gab, which if you've seen Oh Brother Where Art Thou, which is a modern day take of the Odyssey, set in the 1930s with George Clooney in it and Tim Blake Nelson. And I'm trying to remember the other guy who's in it. He's also really famous. He was in the Batman movie. Then there's a character who's played by John Goodman who says he has a gift of gab, which he's a salesman, so it makes very much sense. So I always reference that whenever I talk to people. I always say I have the gift of the gab, which I probably could have been a salesperson. I probably could still be a salesperson, but I don't like pushing stuff onto people unless it's something I absolutely believe in. Just like certain things, like certain products I'll recommend. Like I love the brand Elf. I love Lush products. I love, local coffee grounds or coffee beans. And, I love that sort of stuff. So if I believe in it, I will recommend it like I do on my posts, especially about like coffee and pie. Like that's one of the coffee shops I like frequenting. And I'm trying to go out for less coffee as a goal of mine to spend less money, but still get like a nice little treat, nice little coffee and try and make some at home while I can. So with that, I've been trying to go a little bit less, but I usually try a new coffee place, and I usually go there because it's closest to work. It's usually on my way, so I will usually go there. And they're also really nice, really friendly staff, and just really easy to go to. It's a cute little coffee shop, so if you ever get a chance, you should go in there. They usually have a really good specials board. Like I got I got a Lucky Clover iced latte that was really good. I don't know what they put in it, but it was absolutely delicious. I think it was like vanilla and mint, and I think that was it. and it was really good. So it was definitely a 5 out of 5 coffee cups. I'd say 5 out of 5 stars, but I like coffee cups better, so we're doing that. But yeah, it's definitely been a really busy time, and I'm definitely high energy. I feel like I've had more energy with going to the gym, and it's been a few days now, so it's definitely been I've been getting on track with it, and I'm hoping that this will stick. It takes 21 days to build a habit, or at least a month. So I'm hoping that by halfway through next month, it'll be a well-formed habit, and then it'll just be in my routine going forward. I might even get my own gym membership, but I may also just continue with it with Tori because I do like having somebody you can go to the gym with. It just definitely motivates me more, and having somebody that's like has me on a schedule almost with that also helps. So yeah, I'm hoping I do that. I would like to lose more weight this year, at least 10 or 15 pounds. So it would be really nice to be able to have that to go with. To be able to lose that much weight to get back on track and get to the goal weight I set. I definitely, it would be nicer to be like a little bit slender, but I also like having my curves as well, but I also want to get to a point where I feel the most confident with my body. And nobody's perfect. I definitely I have my imperfections, I have my scars, everyone's got stretch marks, it's in all those like different like marks on your body, but they all tell a story. So I'd like to say that, it's definitely it shows my journey, and that's the best part. So if I can even just get somewhere where I because I do appreciate what my body does for me on a daily, and I am very grateful for to have lost the weight I did and the weight I am continuing to lose. And it's just one of those big goals for this year. So I'm really hoping I can keep with it. Hopefully this year is the year I get all my goals, align, get them done. I'll definitely feel more on track, and it will make me feel better overall. I already feel better after like at least a week of starting to implement changes and get things kind of like written down and set. I'm a big notebook person, so I always take down notes for everything. So it's definitely one of those things. That or OneNote. I use a lot of OneNote, especially for work. I have a whole library full of notes for work, but I make notes on everything, and I usually make instructional notes or kind of articles on everything. Especially being in IT, you're always making knowledge-based articles for yourself or for others, so it really comes in handy, and it's good because I will take down all the advice my coworkers give me or anything that I think would be a good way of looking at the problem. So it's always been better that way. But yeah, I hope everyone else is, getting on track with their goals for the year or have some fun goals that they want to fulfill for the year or just, things they want to work towards. Like I would love to be able to get maybe something more portable that I could take on the go for taking notes with that I could keep digitally. I know I talked to Tori about this and we were talking about, you know, getting tablets and she was asking me about recommendations for tablets. And I think the best things are like some of the tablets like Lenovo tablets. I love Lenovo. They have some good ones like the Idea tab. So I was looking into that. I know they have also, there's the like the tablets from Apple or from Samsung, and I was looking into Samsung because they're a little bit more affordable than the iPads, but it's an eventual thing. For now, I take notes through my laptop, I take notes through my phone, and I take notes through my notebook. So those are also good ways just to keep on track and kind of write down all my thoughts because I have a lot of thoughts, especially for upcoming episodes. So I'm gonna get that's another thing for this year to get more on track with planning for the podcast and making, more well-formed episodes or having like a topic list ready for everything because it does get a little bit more difficult to stay on track, especially for me because I get very distracted sometimes. I think that's the ADHD talking. If that's the case, I'm trying to rein it in more to be able to get just, hopefully I get a little less distracted. But I think that's just me as a person also sometimes. So bear with me. Also, I really appreciate everybody, listening to the episode. I'm listening to the episodes, listening to this episode if you know, can withstand me rambling. And, also just following our Instagram and all of our accounts and wherever you get the podcast from and listening to on there. We really do appreciate it. Also, if you're wondering, I have some more content on TikTok. So if you want to go check it out, it's the same username, Corvids Coffee. You can find us on there. It'll also be in the link tree. So if you go in the link tree, you can also find our TikTok account through there or on YouTube if you want to listen there. So, go check it out. And I hope everyone has a really wonderful rest of the week. And, share your goals. Like, I will definitely be making an Instagram post. So if you want to, please share, comment below, and share like what's one goal you're working on this year. What's one thing you really want to do this year? It can be something like as small as like I want to go get, I want to try this for an iced coffee, or I want to go on a day trip to this place, or I want to text my friends more, which is another goal of mine. I want to be able to text my friends more consistently, which I think I've been doing a little bit better with lately. It's definitely a work in progress, but who isn't a work in progress? And that's always a good thing because that means life isn't over. You have so much more to do, and even if that to-do list seems very daunting, it's still fun. So you should always, always look forward. It always gives you something to look forward to, which I really like. And oh, what is it? Oh, a coffee I've had recently was a brown sugar shake and espresso at Dunk's. It's a good go-to of mine just for when I'm in a rush or I'm busy, or if it's in the area, because I still do like Dunk's as much as I like my local coffee shops. I do still enjoy Dunk's, and I actually got the Dunkin' Munchkin proposal box, which I can post more of. So I will have to show you those. And yeah, that one's a really good go-to coffee. Also, I love Sabrina Carpenter, and the fact that she worked with Dunkin's for that drink is just another thing that brings me joy. So, because she's really talented and amazing. So, but enjoy the rest of your week. Hope you have a happy Wednesday for when this comes up and is posted. And, go and do something for yourself. Go do something fun. But, you do a little bit of both. You fulfill a goal and you do something fun for yourself as well. And it kind of brings it all into balance. So, stay tuned, Corvid crew, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.